One moment, everything seemed normal, and the next, the royal world quietly turned upside down. 4 months, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, appeared in public smiling and graceful, championing causes and hiding an enormous secret. She was pregnant with her 4th child. The public, media, and even some royal family members had no idea. This hidden pregnancy was handled with extreme care. No hospital visits, secret doctor appointments, and carefully chosen outfits to conceal the truth. Then, after the quiet birth, came a moment that shook the palace. Catherine spoke just 4 words. Heartbreaking, emotional, and powerful enough to rattle even the most seasoned royal staff. Her words weren't just about the baby, but about the burden of duty, personal pain, and the pressure she had carried alone. The secrecy raised questions. Why was it hidden? What does this mean for the monarchy? And most importantly, how is Catherine really doing? This wasn't just about royal tradition, it was about a mother protecting her heart in a world that watches her every move. The royal press is relentless. Every rumor becomes a headline, every photo dissected. If Catherine's pregnancy had gone public, she would have faced overwhelming scrutiny, especially if it was high risk. Inside the palace, whispers hinted at complications and surprise, with doctors reportedly concerned early on. That may be why the family stayed silent, waiting until they were sure everything was okay. Catherine, always poised, needed space to breathe and protect herself emotionally while quietly navigating possible health fears. As weeks passed, signs appeared. She missed events, looked more tired, and stayed home more. William grew more protective, travel plans were paused, yet no explanations were given. This wasn't deception, it was love, fear, and a mother's instinct to shield her child. Now, after the birth, the story behind the silence is coming into focus. What Catherine endured was not just physical, it was deeply emotional and personal. Unlike traditional royal births marked by fanfare, this one happened in silence. No hospital press line, no golden easel, no cheers. Just a quiet, private setting, possibly within palace walls. Only a small circle of doctors and family were present. Even royal staff were unaware until it was over. In place of spectacle, there were whispers and gentle hands. The world now sees that while the pregnancy was hidden, it was done out of strength, not secrecy, and the story is only beginning. It was a quiet but emotional day in London as the Duchess of Cambridge gave birth to her 4th child, an heir to the throne. Catherine held her newborn close, her eyes filled with both love and worry. Though tears flowed, they weren't just joyful, something felt different. The silence in the room wasn't just about privacy. It was a shield, protecting mother and baby from something deeper. Sources say the child arrived early, possibly weeks before the due date, sparking concern about medical complications. Catherine's hidden pregnancy and the lack of an official announcement added to the mystery. No royal photos, no headlines, just stillness. In that room, Catherine sat quietly, rocking her baby, surrounded by emotion too heavy to name. When she finally spoke, her whispered words carried months of pain, fear, and strength. Even Prince William, usually calm, stayed by her side with tearful eyes, choosing presence over protocol. The royal family's silence said more than any statement could. This wasn't about tradition, but about healing, privacy, and love. Though the world never saw the baby, the moment struck deeply. Everyone sensed something powerful was coming, but no one expected it to be just 4 simple, heartbreaking words. I wasn't ready again. No royal speech, no long explanation. Just a whisper of truth from a mother at her breaking point. Those words carried years of silent struggle, emotionally, physically, mentally. Catherine, who had always smiled for the cameras, now stood bare, not as a princess, but as a woman worn by the weight of it all. Some believed she meant the pregnancy was unexpected, others thought she was speaking to past trauma or health battles never made public. Whatever the cause, her pain was clear. Even longtime staff said they'd never seen her like that. William didn't speak, he just held her hand. Because sometimes love is silent. Those 4 words have become more than a confession. They're a reminder that even the strongest can break, even royals can feel lost. And in that quiet moment, Catherine shared not just her pain, but her humanity, and the world listened. Now that the truth about Catherine's secret fourth child is out, the royal family stands at a major crossroads. For centuries, the monarchy has followed strict traditions, but this moment has disrupted everything. Catherine's quiet confession and the baby's hidden birth have raised serious questions. Where does this child fit in the line of succession? Why hasn't the baby been introduced to the public? Without a name, title, or birthday celebration, many feel the secrecy only deepens mistrust. Some defend Catherine's right to protect her child, while others believe transparency is crucial for the monarchy's credibility. Will this child be raised like George, Charlotte, and Louis, or live a different kind of life, away from royal duties? Behind palace walls, the debate has already begun. Some want a more open, honest monarchy that reflects the times. Others fear that secrecy undermines the public's trust. Even Queen Elizabeth was said to be moved by Catherine's quiet pain and has asked for healing space for the entire family. The world now watches closely. Will the palace acknowledge this child publicly? Will Catherine step back to recover? Whatever happens, the choices made now will shape the royal family's future. This is more than a birth. It's a defining moment. The moment news broke about Catherine's secret fourth child, the world froze, then erupted. Social media exploded, headlines changed by the minute, and shock swept across the globe. How had something this huge been kept quiet? A royal baby, hidden from the world, felt like a scene from a movie. Questions poured in, but soon, the disbelief gave way to support. Mothers everywhere connected with Catherine's silence, recognizing the weight of unspoken motherhood. Messages of empathy flooded in, "You are not alone," turning her story into a shared experience about motherhood, mental health, and pressure. Celebrities, too, praised her honesty and vulnerability. Talk shows ditched gossip for real conversations, inviting experts to speak on postpartum struggles. Of course, some critics questioned the secrecy, while tabloids spun wild theories, but this time, compassion outshined the noise. People saw not a princess, but a woman facing real fears. Catherine's quiet confession became a powerful reminder that even royalty carries unseen pain. Her story, though whispered, echoed loudly, reminding the world that humanity exists behind every crown. As fans and fellow human beings, it's important to remember, hearts can break, even behind palace walls. Catherine Middleton, now the Princess of Wales, was born to Michael and Carol Middleton, both former British Airways employees. Catherine, the eldest of three, has siblings Pippa and James. Though seen as middle class, the Middleton family had historical ties to British aristocracy, with trust funds from the early 1900s helping maintain their financial stability. Her great-grandparents even hosted royals in the 1920s and 1940s. In 1984, the family moved to Jordan, where Catherine attended nursery school before returning to Berkshire. She went on to attend St. Andrew's School, then Marlborough College, where she excelled in sports and led the women's hockey team. Catherine took a gap year, studying in Florence, volunteering in Chile, and working as a deckhand. She later attended the University of St. Andrews in Scotland, switching from psychology to art history, and supported herself with part-time jobs. She earned a Duke of Edinburgh Gold Award and joined the Lumsden Club, organizing charity events. After graduating with honors in 2005, she worked as an accessory buyer at Jigsaw and curated a UNICEF photo exhibition. She also organized a Star Wars-themed charity roller disco that raised £100,000 for children's hospitals and mental health programs. Until 2011, she worked at her family's business, handling marketing and launching a toddler clothing line. Kate also supported the Starlight Children's Foundation and children's hospices, arranging events like the Boodles Boxing Ball for fundraising. She met Prince William at St. Andrews in 2001. Their friendship blossomed after she caught his eye during a charity fashion show. They began dating in 2003, briefly broke up in 2004, and again in 2007, but reconciled each time. Media pressure intensified after Kate attended William's Sandhurst graduation in 2006. They appeared together at the 2007 concert for Diana and officially reunited by 2008, with Kate attending key royal events, including her first meeting with Queen Elizabeth II. Prince William made history as the 1000th Garter Knight. In July, Kate attended Lady Rose Windsor's wedding while William was on military duty in the Caribbean aboard HMS Iron Duke. Then in October 2010, during a private trip to Kenya, William proposed to Kate with Princess Diana's engagement ring. Clarence House announced the engagement on November 16. Kate, already baptized, chose to be confirmed in the Church of England on March 10, 2011. The couple married on April 29 at Westminster Abbey, St. Catherine's Day, a grand event watched by 300 million people worldwide. Kate wore a Sarah Burton for Alexander McQueen gown and became the Duchess of Cambridge. The Queen gifted them a home on the Sandringham estate. After briefly living in Nottingham Cottage, they moved into a 20-room apartment at Kensington Palace, which became their primary home in 2017. On December 3, 2012, it was announced Kate was pregnant with their first child, though news came early due to her hospitalization for severe morning sickness. Prince George was born on July 22, 2013, followed by Princess Charlotte on May 2, 2015, and Prince Louis on April 23, 2018. The family also has 2 English spaniels, Lupo and Orla. Despite some undisclosed health challenges, Kate balanced royal duties well. After their engagement, her first public appearance was at a Teenage Cancer Trust event in December 2010. Her official debut followed in February 2011 with a lifeboat naming ceremony, and the next day they visited St. Andrews University. In March 2011, they toured Belfast, and after the wedding, their first major engagement was meeting the Obamas in May. Their first royal tour was to Canada in June-July 2011, followed by a California visit. Kate's first solo engagement was at a Clarence House reception in October 2011. In March 2012, she delivered her first public speech at a children's hospice. The couple were ambassadors for the 2012 London Olympics and attended many events. In September, they toured Southeast Asia and the Pacific for the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, where Kate gave her first speech abroad in Malaysia. Kate's first appearance after George's birth was in August 2013, meeting ultramarathon runners. In March 2014, it was announced George would accompany them to New Zealand and Australia in April. In June 2014, they attended a D-Day anniversary event in France. Kate was set for a solo trip to Malta in September but cancelled due to her second pregnancy. In December, they visited the U.S. for a charity gala. In October 2015, she attended her first state banquet. In April 2016, they toured India and Bhutan and met the Obamas later that month. William and Catherine have been active in royal duties since their marriage. In 2016, they toured Canada, and Catherine made her first solo overseas trip to the Netherlands. In 2017, they visited France, Poland, Germany, Belgium, and Catherine went to Luxembourg for the Treaty of London commemorations. In early 2018, they traveled to Sweden and Norway, followed by a 2019 visit to Northern Ireland. Catherine later took part in the Royal First Salute in June, and in October, they toured Pakistan. In 2020, they visited Ireland and met Ukraine's President and First Lady at Buckingham Palace, the first event there since COVID-19 began. That December, they toured England, Scotland, and Wales by royal train to honor local heroes. In 2021, they toured Scotland again and attended the G7 summit in Cornwall. In 2022, Catherine visited Denmark to explore early childhood development initiatives. In March, she and William toured the Caribbean for Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee. After the Queen's passing in September 2022, King Charles III took the throne, and William and Catherine became Prince and Princess of Wales. They marked their new roles with visits to Wales and Falmouth. Since her marriage, Catherine has taken on numerous royal responsibilities. She and William created a gift fund through the Prince William and Prince Harry Foundation in 2011, later renamed the Royal Foundation of the Prince and Princess of Wales in her honor. Her charity work focuses on children, mental health, addiction, sports, and the arts. She supports over 24 charities, including Action for Children, the Anna Freud Center, East Anglia's Children's Hospices, the Natural History Museum, and the National Portrait Gallery. With a degree in art history, Catherine has also promoted arts education and therapy, notably supporting the now-closed Art Room project. Her charitable impact is widely recognized and often referred to as the Kate Effect. Catherine took on several royal patronages over the years, including the Lawn Tennis Association, the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club, and the Royal Photographic Society, passed down by Queen Elizabeth II in 2015. She became patron of the Royal Air Force Cadets in 2019 and later supported causes like the Foundling Museum, the Scouts, and Action on Addiction, launching impactful campaigns like Taking Action on Addiction and visiting rehab centers. Catherine has also been deeply involved in children's palliative care, supporting East Anglia's children's hospices and delivering her first public speech at one of their openings. An active sports enthusiast, Catherine attends Wimbledon annually, sails for charity, and co-founded Coach Corps in 2012. She has supported environmental campaigns like Backyard Nature and became patron of the Rugby Football Union and Rugby Football League in 2022 after Prince Harry stepped back. Though she had to cancel a scheduled event with Roger Federer due to Queen Elizabeth II's passing, proceeds still went to her charities. In January 2024, Kensington Palace announced that Catherine underwent abdominal surgery for a non-cancerous issue. Her extended absence from public life sparked rumors, especially after Prince William missed a key memorial for personal reasons. Then, on March 22, 2024, Catherine revealed in a video that she had been diagnosed with cancer and had begun chemotherapy. Since then, she has paused all public duties to focus on treatment. The illness has brought major changes to the family's routine, with Prince William providing steadfast support during her recovery. She is not expected to return to public life before at least June. The children are adjusting to a new routine, showing their love and support for Catherine during her recovery. Charlotte is helping with Louis, and George is setting a strong example. Catherine hasn't appeared in public much, likely due to side effects from her treatment, such as hair loss and weight changes. To protect her health, the family has enforced strict hygiene rules at home. Loved ones have rallied around them, offering encouragement as Catherine and William juggle hospital visits and schedule changes. Despite everything, the couple remains positive, drawing strength from each other and their children. Catherine's battle with cancer has raised awareness about early detection and inspired important conversations around health. Through their challenges, the family has learned to cherish love, strength, and every moment together. Catherine continues to be a source of inspiration, not only for her resilience but also for her fashion influence. Known for the Kate Middleton effect, she's boosted sales for many brands and was named one of Time's most influential people multiple times. In 2023 and 2024, she joined the International Best Dressed Hall of Fame and became the most liked royal by April 2023. Even as one of the world's most photographed women, Catherine stays grounded. Aides say she avoids drama and isn't driven by media approval. Since marrying William in 2011, she has held various titles, including Duchess of Cambridge and now Princess of Wales. But royal life hasn't been without challenges, especially with the press. Since Princess Diana's tragic death in 1997, William has been protective of his family's privacy. Catherine became a media target after graduating, and the couple has repeatedly asked for respect when off-duty. In October 2005, Catherine faced relentless paparazzi harassment, forcing her to hire a lawyer. She said she hadn't done anything to warrant the constant media attention, with photographers camped outside her home. Former Royal Press Secretary Dickie Arbiter noted the press treated her much like they had Diana. Around that time, her phone was hacked 155 times, according to Clive Goodman of News of the World, part of a major royal phone hacking scandal. After Catherine was chased by paparazzi en route to a job interview, Prince William stepped in, speaking to her, her father, and issuing legal warnings to the press. In April 2006, her lawyers again took action against papers for publishing unauthorized photos. In March 2019, the royals introduced new social media guidelines to reduce online abuse targeting Catherine and Meghan. Then in May 2020, Kensington Palace criticized Tatler magazine for a story filled with inaccuracies. After legal pressure, the outlet removed some comments. Most recently, in March 2024, London clinic staff were caught trying to access Catherine's private medical records. Many now hope the media steps back and gives her the peace and privacy she deserves. Like and subscribe for more interesting updates.